Brilliance Audio presents Stories I'd Tell in Bars by Jen Lancaster. Performed by Jen Lancaster and John Fletcher. I was having a moment. A meltdown, if you will. I was at the intersection of bitch panic and rage stroke. Wasn't sure which path I'd follow, as both roads appeared equally rocky. The problem was I felt like the only analog girl in a digital world, except no one would accuse me of being a girl as I was pushing 50 and everyone around me was 20. Not hyperbole either. The other young adult authors on the dais at the book convention that day had barely been out of their teens. Wide-eyed and fresh-faced, they were so young, so exuberant, yet to be worn down by a cynical world. And there I was in the middle of them, easily 25 years their senior, like Grandma Goddamn Moses. All I was missing was a jitterbug phone and a walk-in bathtub. What's more distressing is that I secretly covet both products. After I arrived home, I viewed tweeted photos of the discussion panel. In some respects, the pictures weren't as bad as I'd feared. I came across less crone and more coach of a champion high school cheerleading squad. Perched there in my sassy jean jacket with the collar flipped, highlight powder on point, lobbed haircut flat-ironed just so, trying desperately to blend, any convention passerby would have thought, she's not like a regular mom, she's a cool mom. You know what? Didn't make me feel any better. While 50 might be the new 40, and given enough med spa budget, I can work it like it's 35, the reality remains. The natural state will always be that the upcoming generation shoves the previous one out of its way. The only possible exception to this rule applies to those of us in Generation X, where the outnumbering boomers refuse to be budged. Yeah, thanks for that. Anyway, a woman on the panel, or girl, or gal? What is the acceptable nomenclature for a person of the female variety who is 20-ish? I truly do not know. Was a debut author, and her book hadn't yet been released. Small and blonde, she seemed delicate, almost breakable, her movements bird-like. The poor thing was so nervous. This was her first live event. I wanted to knit her a sweater and cook her some soup. I hoped she had the fuzziest of jam-jams back at her hotel, and someone there to tuck her in, to kiss her forehead, and to tell her it was all going to be okay. Then she said she'd gotten started writing on Wattpad 4 years ago, literally when she was a teenager, and was up to 90 million views, or likes, or hearts, or something. The audience went wild, having recognized her username from the app, while I was still trying to work out Wattpad now? Again, analog girl in a digital world. After the panel ended, I continued to ruminate. Note, I wasn't mad at the author, she was darling. Regardless of how many memoirs and novels I'd written, or the effort I'd devoted to my career, 20-year-olds were becoming instant publishing superstars, despite having never sold an actual book. Yeah, that felt awesome. When I told my husband Fletch about this, he made the point, isn't that exactly what all you bloggers did to the old guard 15 years ago? No, I barked, but maybe. Are you jealous? He asked. He was making himself a ham sandwich as we talked. Our brindled pit bull's soulful brown eyes traced his every movement, from the care with which he spread the mayonnaise to his precision in slicing tomatoes. Libby would do a better job convincing us she was starving if her muffin top didn't spill over both sides of her thighs when seated. I replied, please, I am peanut butter and jelly at this point. What kills me is that publishers are dying to put out millennials' books, and if I want to keep working, I've got to cater to them, appeal to them. I have no idea how to do that. We speak entirely different languages. But I could learn theirs. I picked up Italian, right? He replied, yeah, but you forgot it immediately.